Welcome to The Lowdown, everybody. I am Robert Rosenfeld, and if this is your first time watching The Lowdown, you just happen to stumble across this video on YouTube, welcome. Thank you so much for watching. This is the show that breaks down some of the top headlines making news in the tech world, kind of going beyond those headlines and giving you guys the information that you really need to know. And Apple is expected to announce a lot of new hardware at their New York City event next Tuesday, and if the rumors are correct, the iPad Pro may not be the only new gadget from Apple that may be stealing the show. It looks like there's going to be a little bit of something there for everybody. Here's everything we are expecting to see at the event and everything we think we know about Apple's fall event happening next week. Here's the lowdown. We've been hearing rumors for a while now of a totally redesigned bezel-less iPad Pro, and we may finally get our first look at this device next week. And we reported the details of what we should see on these new devices on last week's lowdown, but in case you missed that episode, here's a quick refresher. We're expecting to see slim bezels, no headphone jack, no home button, some new Face ID hardware, and a USB-C port that's going to be replacing the Lightning port that's been widely used on Apple products for the past few years. And this update alone sounds like it's going to be a pretty big deal, but it looks like this will just be the beginning. We're hearing some reports from credible analyst Ming-Chi Kuo that the iPad mini will also be receiving an update, making its return with some new internals, but we're not sure if that will follow the design trend set by these new iPad Pros or not. This is actually kind of surprising. We had heard some recent reports that the iPad mini just wasn't selling well and has not received an update in well over a year, so it would be surprising to see this new model, especially since it looked like the iPad mini was going to be discontinued, but a refresh model is a welcomed addition. Besides iPads, Apple is expected to announce some big updates to the Mac hardware lineup, specifically a new budget laptop that may come in the form of a new MacBook Air and an updated pro-focused Mac mini. Let's talk first about the laptop. And the MacBook Air by itself is in desperate need of an update, missing key features like USB-C, a Retina display, and updated Intel processors. But this new laptop would fix all that, allegedly packing some newer internals, a Retina display, and may even come with a redesign, possibly taking some cues from the MacBook, but there is very little we know about this laptop right now, though we are expecting it to come at a bit of a more budget-conscious price point. A new Mac mini is also expected to be unveiled at next week's event, and it's raising a bunch of questions. It's rumored to be heavily focused on the professional market and should receive some much-needed updates to the internals and possibly receive a new design as well. We're expecting it to pack some options for higher-end processors, some more RAM, dedicated GPUs, and the latest and greatest Thunderbolt I/O, but again, these are all just assumptions at this point. There's not a whole lot we actually know. And Apple has reiterated even recently that the Mac mini is important to their lineup time and time again, so it'll be interesting to see if they actually and finally show off a new Mac mini and what that new Mac mini actually entails. Rounding out the list, we should see some minor updates, mostly internal ones coming to the iMac line and maybe even the 12-inch MacBook, and many are really hoping that AirPower may be introduced at this event as well, but we're just gonna have to wait and see about that. But what are you guys looking forward to for this event next week? Are you really interested in those new redesigned iPad Pros? They look really good. Or you like me, kind of deep down, maybe just a little bit more excited for the new Mac hardware that we could expect, and maybe even see something that hasn't even been leaked. Leave a comment down below and let us know what you guys are excited for, what you're expecting, what you may or may not buy, and why. And if you do leave a comment, you could be featured on the next episode of The Lowdown. All right, guys, that is all I've got for today. Thank you as always so much for watching. I'll be back here on Thursday to tackle more tech news, break down headlines, and just talk tech like we always do here. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you Thursday.